About 55% of our students are English language learners, and guess what? We had no programs for them. We were failing them with test scores. You could look at those scores and see them and say, listen, our African American students, our Latino students, all students that are underrepresented, notoriously, especially here in California, their scores were low, very low. Every meeting I go to, you know what we talk about, 90% we talk about? Money. We never talk about education. We talk about money. If you could fix the money problem, we'd never have to meet. We could talk about education again. My name is Mike McLaughlin, Superintendent of San Leandro Unified School District.
And when you have declining enrollment, it's very hard to, provide the services that we would like to provide for our families and compensation for our teachers. My name is Rabinder Mangawala. I'm a Senior Director for the San Leandro Unified School District.
I would say that the district was failing, okay? Our pipes were bad. Our infrastructure was bad.
Bay Area is very expensive, and one of our goals is to attract and retain the best teachers possible. In order to increase, or I should say, improve facilities in a school district, you need to have stable enrollment. It's really hard to continue to expand programs to pay teachers when a district is going through declining enrollment. When I took over the enrollment process, we had quite a few enrollment fairs. And we just rolled over the existing process the very first year. And so I want to say it probably started at like 4 o'clock on a Wednesday or something like that. And so literally there were families lined up all the way across the parking lot and almost into the street. And there were families with strollers. It was quite a hot day, brand new blacktop, and families were in line. They couldn't get in the building for over 2 hours.
You know, it's an access and equity issue. You know, when I got here, that was one of the big themes.
From an access standpoint, we found one of the barriers, especially for second language learners, was the necessity of an email account. Especially some of our second language learners that recently arrived to the United States might not have an email account. A lot of families don't have that, and our previous product required that.
So that's why parents choose their own stuff, because if they're not going to get information about their own school, they're going to go somewhere else. Parents today are shoppers. You're competing with private schools, you're competing with charter schools. Parents will drive an hour to take their kids to school, and because they believe that strongly about their kids' education. We have students from San Leandro, they're choosing to go elsewhere. How do we bring them back? If I can get those kids, then guess what? Then I'll have the money to get better teachers, to get better stuff in the classroom, to better safety, better everything, because I have the money to do it. I didn't want to go for a home run the first 3 years. I wanted to build the infrastructure, like building a house.
So facilities is very important in San Leandro Unified. The board and the superintendent have both made that a priority. We've completely redone our technology infrastructure. The superintendent and the board, they made it a goal to try and increase enrollment in our school district. And they provided me with some of the tools to make that happen. And that includes redesigning our enrollment process. We found that it's really important from an equity standpoint to give families the easier access to the enrollment process.
Today's parents are very busy. They don't have time to stop, take a day off work, and then especially some of our parents that can't afford to take a day off work and bring all this paperwork in.
We needed to make the process transparent to them and efficient for them, but we did find that a lot of families do have access to a smartphone, which is why we started to look at SchoolMint. By giving families access to the enrollment process via a phone number on their smartphone, we feel that we were able to provide parents greater access to equity in the entire enrollment process.
That technology that I talked about, that is an access and equitable movement. So now every one of my kids has the same access to information and the parents that anybody else does, which wasn't the case before.
By going with SchoolMint and providing families with access to information earlier, they're much happier.
Where San Leandro is today is a really great place. Our enrollment, we're up over 300, 400 more kids than we thought we would have. You're looking at $4 million of increased enrollment.
A lot of our families that are coming back to San Leandro Unified are actually residents of San Leandro. So we're bringing back a combination of residents in San Leandro who may be going to other school districts or private schools.
Math scores have gone up like 10%. Our English language scores are going up. Some of the accolades we're getting today is because we're giving our African American students, our Latino students, opportunities and access to a better curriculum, a better education. We have identical twin principals over there that really changed the culture of San Leandro High School, where I think students on that campus see that there is opportunity because they are two gentlemen of color, and they say, wow, these guys are successful, they're powerful men, we can do it too. Where students are now saying, I can take AP. They're taking them, they're passing, they're doing really well. We did get chosen by the AP College Board this year, and they recognized our huge increase, where 64% of our students are passing with a 3 or more on the AP exam, which is a huge leap.
We're competing for with other school districts. Part of that is an inter-district transfer process, and with SchoolMint, we've been able to communicate more directly with our families and provide them the information they need to make an educated choice. You can have a great product, but if you don't have the systems in place to accept the students that want to come to your district, the increased enrollment won't happen. And so I would like to give SchoolMint some credit for that, because they definitely helped us put the systems in place to allow that to happen.
We just started a marching band, but before I got here, they built a football stadium that holds 6,000 people, but no marching band. Marching bands are huge for not only a high school, but for a community, for their pride. So we brought it back. All I see is positive things. These kids are excited to go away to college. About 75% of our graduating class is going away. I like slow growth because that means it's sustainable growth.